Why did they let a 12-year-old boy on the court last night and play basketball in what's his name? Uh,
Dude, you botched this joke.
I know it's so annoying.
I mean, honestly, just try it. Let's just edit it out and try it tomorrow.
No, wait, hold on. What's his name?
Mm.
It's okay. It's fine.
You know
It's
what the good
fine.
part of a note is? You could write it down so you
I
don't forget.
know. Johnny Furphy.
One game of finals hoops on a Sunday night. The Thunder destroy the Indiana Pacers. They win with ease. We're going to get into it all. My name is Shlomo Stark,
My name is Levi Jacob.
and this is the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Levi,
What's going on?
it finally happened. Since I don't think the first round have we had a playoff game that went exactly as it was supposed to go. The Thunder were embarrassed by the loss that should never have happened on Thursday night, and everyone was expecting the Thunder to come back and destroy them. The line was at 11 and a half, and they destroyed them. They won the game in like the second quarter, honestly. SGA was phenomenal. No Pacer really got hot for the second game in a row. That's alarming. They also didn't really do so many fast breaks. The Pacers. The vibe is that the Thunder got lucky. I mean, the Pacers got lucky game one. But now the Thunder made up. They gave Chet and Hartenstein more minutes. They secured more rebounds. And that was a big win. Indiana's going to be crazy for game three. And we'll talk about that in a couple days as it gets closer. But this is exactly what should have happened, what the world expected to happen. Congrats to the Thunder for getting it done. Congrats to Shea for he's been on a tear. Like if you just look at the last couple games, it's 34, 32. He's just I think he has the most all time. Again, this is his first finals, so when you say it this way, but from the he's for someone's first two finals games, he's leading in points and steals.
There was another stat also that I saw about postseason. He's how many points in the postseason collectively or something like that. Like they
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, he's got a lot. He's killing it. He's having a great postseason. He's been amazing. He hasn't had even his bad game one, he had 38 points. He doesn't really have bad games. He hasn't had a
right.
bad game this postseason. Whereas Tyrese Halliburton, he could have these clutch moments, but he's not SGA. Those are my thoughts on this game. I understand that you have some thoughts as well.
Yeah, I have a bunch of thoughts.
I
I
would
have a whole bunch of thoughts.
I would love to. I would like you to know, just for the audience and for myself and for you. I did not watch this full game. I got the picture at one point and went to sleep. So I don't have full analysis on if you start getting into the third quarter and what Lou Dort was doing to Obi Toppin, that's where you're gonna lose me a little bit. But happy to hear what you have to say. Let's go.
So I don't think I have quite that. The stat that we were talking about just a minute ago was combined playoffs and regular season. He has 3,000 points. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander does, which is
Well, what does that compare to? Yeah,
he's the 12th player in NBA history to do that, which sounds not impressive at all. Not impressive at all, but I'm saying
you have the list of the other 11.
no, I'm not finding it.
All right.
That's what I was looking for, but I can't find
Was
it.
that
It's fine.
note number one, or that was pre-notes?
That was pre-notes.
All
Well, it
right.
was yeah. All
Hit
right.
me with the notes.
Okay. Number one was usually right when the team has a primary offensive player, teams deny the ball. Teams were having both teams were having a really hard time last night denying the ball. They were doing a very good job on the Thunder were doing a very good job on Halliburton, as far as they had one primary defender with him at all times, but he was still getting the ball. He was able to do what he needed to do, kind of. It was very good defense, but they just couldn't deny ball. Obviously, OKC was much more aggressive. Shea, because of the defensive pressure from Nemhard and Neesmith, and they did a lot of switching the Pacers, he was distributing more. You could literally see it on the floor. He was distributing more. There was a point at which I think in the second quarter he was like falling all over the place. He had a hard time keeping the ball in his possession. So he was just distributing, and he was doing an excellent job. But the Pacers were doing a really good job of making him uncomfortable. Aside from that, on defense, there's a lot of deflections on both sides throughout the whole entire game. Like there was no easy passes. There was one pass that Halliburton had, I think, like towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter that was like nuts. I thought the crowd was like did like an ooh for it. Then I realized they were just booing because I thought he traveled, but but it was a nice pass. But there was like literally no easy pass in this game. There's hands in the passing lanes at all times. It was like really, really aggressive defense. Aaron Wiggins had 5 threes.
Wiggins is great. I forgot to talk about him. I had him in my notes. He's great.
I hope that he now can come alive in this series, and this is like really the difference maker for OKC. They need one person who's able to provide them like 3-point opportunities consistently every game, and like that's like a separating factor for them. And he was awesome in this game. Like he really you could see he was out there like with confidence shooting it, which is a thing that he hasn't really been doing so effectively throughout most of the playoffs so far. Tyrese, you could tell he was a little bit off. He was a little bit off during the game, especially in the first quarter. He like literally did a backcourt where he just dribbled into the backcourt. It was very weird. And then in the fourth quarter, he tries to be more aggressive, try to come alive. There was like a travel there. He just wasn't. He wasn't feeling it tonight. He was like really in a different place. Obi Toppin, he's just awesome, dude. Like
he wasn't awesome tonight.
No, but he's out there. You're watching like the fact that he's now a threat. Right when he was on the Knicks, people weren't scared of him hitting threes. They weren't like defending him. They're now defending him. He's so athletic. There's so many times where he had like these great takes to the basket. He didn't make them a bunch of times, but he's like I don't know. Like I just didn't expect this player. I know we spoke about it earlier in the season, but I didn't expect this player to come along.
I don't know. Counter just to that. I'm just gonna push back a little bit. He had 3 points and was 1 for 8.
But I'm saying if you're watching the game, it didn't look like meaning that was because they were defending.
If you're watching the game card on me,
you said you watched it
with you. Because I was honest with you that I just watched the highlights. You pull if you're watching the game, he was better than 3 points, 1 for 8 shooting. Don't give me that garbage, Levy. I'm not gonna be vulnerable and open up to you next time. I don't watch a full game. Don't give me that Obi Toppin you had to watch and miss the 7 shots. Don't give me that.
All right.
3 points, 1 for 8 shooting is a bad game.
All right. Listen, I hear the argument. Fine. I won't penalize you for it.
If you were watching, a break. Took you 4 seconds to use that. Wow, can't believe it.
I wanted to say also that clearly the rest of the Thunder team really stepped up this game. Chet was like, aggressive. He was hitting some threes, which was like also helpful. Like they hit more threes this game. And he was like rebounding. He's like trying to rebound. He still didn't get as many minutes as I think that he should have. It was like a little bit strange. But both big guys played a lot more. They even were able to play the 2 bigs together because they had Thomas Bryant out there at a certain point with Miles Turner. So like the Thunder felt like it was appropriate too.
I'll just push back on the Chet minutes thing. SGA led with 36. Jalen Williams had 33. Chet was 3rd place with 27.
Yeah, 27.
But I'm fine with him being 3rd place. Meaning if he has the 3rd most minutes on the team, I think the way it worked out, they were up 20 most of the game. They didn't need him. So, but if you have the 3rd most minutes on the team, I don't need Chet playing 33 minutes in a 20-point lead game. So, like, I'm fine with in game 1, he had low minutes and they lost. Like they went small in the 4th quarter. So it was noticeable. It's just like, dude, you're not playing small guy.
But what's weird is that I don't even understand on that front. Like he's able to play small because he can move quickly. Like he's not so slow out there. So I don't know. It's a very, very interesting thing. He hit threes this game. Like he was 2 for 9. That was like also part of it. His shooting wasn't so good last game, but he really stepped up. Like also you have to remember these are young guys, right? Like that's one of the other notes that I had was that they let J-Dub like play off the rust that he had, or like the whatever you want to call it, like how he looked like a little bit uncomfortable at certain times. And then he does this thing where he's like, oh, like I have skill to be able to play offense, and then like he just goes and scores or hits a jump shot or whatever, and you're like, yeah, like you can do that. Keep doing that. Like why are you like second guessing yourself? It
Can
was
I give
very
you
interesting.
a hot take?
Yeah.
Are you done with your notes? You have more notes?
No, I have more notes, but it's okay. You can give me a hot take.
I think I'd rather Alex Caruso on the Knicks than J Dub.
Can I ask you, is it because of the nature of what the Knicks are? Like, meaning like based
Yeah,
off of
like
their
he fits his
personnel?
style. Like he's just like Caruso
Yeah.
would fit right in. He's like perfect. Like, J Dub, I can't like. He's not like. He's just like, what is he? He's shot 19 points. He was 5 of 14 shooting, 8 of 9 from the free throw, 33 minutes. Probably the second best player on this team.
If
And
you,
I just
yeah,
get there with him. Like, I'm just not such a fan.
if you watch it back,
I'd rather Chet than Alex Caruso on the Knicks.
so
But
my I was talking to my cousin earlier in the season, and he said that he reminds that
your
J
cousin who
Dub,
was at the game.
who was at the game, who got great footage from, he J Dub offensively reminds him of a young Kawhi, and I totally agree. Like especially in these finals, like Kawhi in his first finals, they had to like convince him to shoot, and J Dub it feels the same way. He's not making as many shots obviously as Kawhi was, but like really, if you're like when you watch J Dub out there, especially during these finals, you're like, dude, like why does your jump shot look so shaky? Like you're you're faster and stronger. I don't really know how that works. He's like a interesting build, but like then he has like closer to the end of the game, like he was taking these layups that were like, yeah, just keep doing that. Like why are you hesitating? Like he just looks for somebody else to shoot. It's really annoying. But he's a very very good player. Like I think when he gains his confidence, he could be closer to like that's why I think you wouldn't want him in the Knicks. Like it could be something like more akin to a better offensive like OG, but like yeah, he would just be redundant on the Knicks team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on the flip side of the ball,
Is that more notes now? The flip side of the ball?
yeah,
Okay,
it's
I love
okay.
it. Yeah, shoot.
I understand why Siakam had the Eastern Conference MVP. Like I like fully understand it now. He and I actually responded to somebody in the YouTube comments this morning about it. He is their offensive engine. Like he had 27% from the field this game,
He
but
was 3 for 11. I love
yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah. Hold on. Let me. Okay, I understand he didn't shoot well, but here's the difference. He was the only one who was trying to score. He was trying to keep them in the game, and like in watching it, like everyone else was kind of like passing it around, it was like kind of like binging around, whatever. He was like really trying to have these takes on the inside. I understand it didn't go well this game because they're playing great defense on him, but he had like some takes that were like awesome. He's a very very good player, and I think without him, this team would be really not great. Because listen, if Halliburton only comes alive in the fourth, essentially now, like it's funny, he got like infected a little with like the Knicks thing of like only like playing in the fourth, like like you see like really the intent comes alive in the fourth. Siakam was trying to keep them in it the rest of the game, and because he was creating the offensive pressure internally, the shooters had more space.
I'm going to make you say what you're saying. I'm going to make you say what you're saying more strongly.
Okay.
If someone were to, I don't want to say get hurt because we shouldn't root for anyone to get hurt. If someone's wife were to have a baby and they would need to just take the week off of the finals, would you rather it be Pascal Siakam's wife or Tyrese Halliburton's wife? As a Thunder fan.
I think it's a toss up, but I think even that kind of says what you like. Meaning that kind of speaks for itself.
No, it doesn't. Speak your choice. Give your choice. Make
No, I don't know.
Stand strong.
I don't know.
Time. We have all day on the pod. 15 minutes or less. We're going to try to make it. Pascal Siakam's wife or Tyrese Halliburton's wife? You guys, no cop outs here.
I think it's Halliburton still.
Okay, that's all. That was my argument back to you. Okay.
Why?
Because you were saying I understand why he was Finals MVP. He's Conference MVP.
So what?
Like, well, okay. I guess.
I think in the same way though. Like I like that's okay. So the note after that was that Nesmith has turned into Reggie Miller essentially. I understand the shooting percentages. I get it, but I'm saying the way that the Thunder are defending is as if he's like a top shooter in the league, and that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
well,
he is.
He's just done it a few times.
Right, but I'm saying, but that compared to where we thought he was, that's awesome. Like he's playing awesome, and I I wouldn't want him or Halliburton taking the last shot. I think I'd be comfortable with Siakam. Like through three quarters, I'd rather Siakam be out. Through the fourth quarter,
When you were watching the game, when you
mhm.
were watching the game, did it feel like 7 players in Indiana had scored double digits? Because that is what it ended with.
In a positive way or a negative way.
Say they lost by 20, but 7 players scored in double digits.
But that's part of the Siakam thing and why I felt that he was like just the consistent effort, because it ended up being that they had to throw it to different people. Like Mathurin was a player who was like also trying to score, and I think that that's actually what the Pacers need if they do lose this series. I think they need to find somebody who can create their own shot a little bit better, like just to help relieve the pressure from Halliburton and Siakam, which isn't like a hard thing, like a microwave scorer, you know. Um, but you saw that they had like a bunch of different people out there, like between McConnell and Mathurin and whatever. Like they play their bench, but they really needed, like they were trying to find someone to score because Halliburton wasn't interested for some reason. I mean, aside from the defense being on him or whatever, still like I don't know. This was the first time that I heard Doris Burke say something nice about SGA, and then immediately followed it up by saying, "And this is how he should get better." I loved it. I was just laughing. I was just cracking up. She's like,
because I'm trying to understand your personality here. Let's say I got Doris Burke on the pod.
okay.
Would you be like super nice and be like, "Thank you for coming," and like work on the relationship? Or would you be like, "What's the deal, Doris? Why are you doing this to SGA?"
I think I would ask her about why, like, what makes her comfortable to feel that she should show her bias while broadcasting. That's all.
So, oh, you'd call her out.
I would do it like, but in a professional way, in a polite way. You know,
Meaning you're not worried about the relationship. What if, meaning we had 2 choices? Like, if we were best friends with her, she would come on monthly. You'd have Doris Burke monthly, or you could risk the relationship by asking about her biases.
I don't know if I want Doris Burke to come on monthly.
I would love Doris Burke monthly. Doris, if you're listening, Doris, I would happily do a pod with you monthly.
You know what? Great, Doris. You swap me out weekly,
what?
Monthly.
Monthly. I can't do a pod with you weekly, Doris. Doris, it's too much. Doris, settle down. All right.
So there's a limit. I understand.
I could do a monthly pod with Doris Burke. Monthly pod with Doris Burke. What's your intro to Doris Burke? What was the first time you ever saw Doris Burke? Because I have my answer.
Ooh, I also do, but it's not a real Doris Burke. It was 2K.
2K12.
100%.
Yes, same. Because when you win the finals, she's very active in NBA 2K. Oh yeah, I'm so happy we had the same answer.
It was like I talked to Mike Woodson and he said he needs the Knicks to score more points than the other team to win. You're like, thank you, Doris. Really appreciate it.
Funny.
Okay, I'll finish off my notes here. All right.
Oh yeah, finish it off. Let's go.
The Pacers are last few notes. The Pacers are sick at shifting momentum. They're so good at just getting these like just timely runs. It's the whole time. Someone wrote this on Twitter and I saw it. They were up 20 and it felt like the Thunder were up 2. Like you just don't know what's going to swing the series. And there was a dunk that Turner had at the close to the end of the third quarter that the Thunder were up 20, and you could feel in the arena the crowd was like, what's going to happen? And obviously the Thunder delivered, but like it's just stressful. It's a stressful team to play against. It really is. I feel it now, you know.
I felt it last.
What?
I felt it last round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're stressful. Last 2 notes. All right. Why did they let a 12-year-old boy on the court last night and play basketball in what's his name?
Dude, you botched this joke.
I know, it's so annoying.
Honestly, just try it. Let's just edit it out and try it tomorrow.
No, wait, hold on. What's his name?
Mm.
It's okay. It's fine.
You know what the good part of a note is? You could write it down so you don't.
I know. Johnny Furphy.
Okay.
He literally looks like he's 12. Anyways, and the last note is some Pacers looked like they were playing hurt. And then there was a video that I saw afterwards of Halliburton limping off of the post-game press conference. I think that he is playing hurt. I think that Neesmith looks a little bit off, and I think that also Nembhard
was hurt. Every finals this happens, by the way. I can't
Yeah.
remember the last finals where like the losers didn't have someone with like a torn meniscus. Like it's just
some part of me wonders if that's like
no. I'm saying that this just happens every time.
the mechanism built in to have the excuse. But also, I think Nembhard took a hard fall also, and he wasn't like quite the same afterwards either. It was a really, really fun game to watch, despite them winning by 20. Like, meaning it was still a good basketball game. They still were playing. Like, the Thunder starters were on the court until almost the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They really had to make sure that they weren't coming back.
Okay. That was the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levi, for co-hosting. And to our listeners, very exciting, Levi is also a producer. Levi produces the audio, and Max produces the video. When you have, what are we up to, Levi? 129,000?
Like listeners?
Yeah.
Listeners or views, lifetime? What are we talking about here? There's a lot of different.
We have 129,000 listeners. You got to have 2 producers. You got to have someone on the audio. You got to have someone on the video. BH, that means blessed Hashem. That means thank you, God. We're getting bigger, a lot of followers. And I didn't know this, but we need 2 producers. One on the audio, one on the video, and yours truly just showing his pretty face and beautiful voice and coming in here daily. I want to thank you, Levi, for co-hosting and for producing. I want to thank you, Max, for producing. I want to thank you all 129,000 of you, for
That was, by the way, to be clear, that was last month. That wasn't lifetime.
all 129,000 of you accumulatively over the last month. I want to thank all of you for listening and for making us need 2 producers. And I want to thank you all again for listening.